to the Y, and Sandy Schwartz was the first person I met. She greeted me and made me feel real comfortable and got me into the pool. It's been remarkable because there's no doubt in my mind I probably would be in a wheelchair right now if it was not for the water classes that I go to.
I've known Robin since this Y opened 8.5 years ago. She was still able to work full time. She would come work out every day. She has a form of muscular dystrophy called Limbgirdle Muscular Dystrophy. Her goal, she was about in her early 40s when I first met her, and her goal was to avoid having to get into a wheelchair.
People started asking me, they could tell when I was walking, it seems like one of my legs I would swing out a little bit. I just wasn't walking normal. So I finally started talking to my doctor about it. He took a biopsy from my leg and they sent it off, and that came back showing that there was indeed some form of muscular dystrophy.
So she wanted to maintain her independence and her mobility. So she took a lot of steps in order to do that. She came, learned how to use the fitness center equipment, did some personal training with me for about a year, and then as her disease progressed, she had to stop using that equipment. Had a few incidents, but she was always welcome at the Y.
Other gyms that I would go to, I would always tell them my issues up front so they wouldn't be surprised, and they didn't have any problems at taking my money or signing me on a contract. But when I started having these issues, then they started pulling me off of everything, and they weren't interested in letting me out of the contract. Come to the Y and I start having these issues, they're Johnny on the spot to help me, and the first thing out of their mouth is, come back to us. Strange as it sounds, the best thing that you can do for muscular dystrophy is to continue to stay as active as possible. Even though they know my disability, they still push me. You know, they don't say, oh, let's ease up here. You know, they still encourage me. That's what I like about Sandy's class. I mean, boy, she really challenges. Patty's class, I mean, they kick your fanny. I mean, you're sitting there gasping for air, and, and they're just still pushing, but I like that.
When you would have first seen Robin come to the Y with all of the assistance that she needed, she got so strong. I mean, it truly is a witness as to what you can do physically. Anybody can, even with a disability.
My doctors were wanting me to go on disability. They said, you just need to do that. Talking to Sandy, I said, Sandy, there's just no way I can continue coming here. And they said, hey, we're not going to let that be an issue. There's no way I'd be able to be still coming if it wasn't for their financial assistance. And that just means so much to me.
For me, it just really grounded the full purpose of the Y, in that it is encouraging her, it's helping her physically, so it's helping her body, and it's definitely helping her mind, her attitude, and her spirit.
The people at the Early Y, to the greeters, to the people out on the floor, to the people in the pool, they're phenomenal people. They have been just absolutely the best.